Before watching this video, subscribe to Women's Web and hit the bell icon.
सस्टेनेबल लिविंग के वीडियो सीरीज में मैं संगीता वेंकटेश आपको फिर स्वागत करती हूँ। आपको पिछला एपिसोड पसंद आया। सावधानी से अपना कचरा सेग्रीगेट कर रहे हैं। क्या भारत में सभी को साफ पानी मिलता है? विश्व बैंक के अनुसार भारत में 21% से अधिक जो कम्युनिकेबल डिजीजेस हैं गंदे पानी और स्वच्छ आदतों के अभाव से होता है। Leave alone the pandemic, in India, more than 500 children under the age of 5 die from diarrhea every day. I suspect that very soon we will not have enough water even to wash our hands. The reason is that we have let our lakes and rivers die by letting our domestic and industrial effluents or wastewater into these precious water bodies. आपने बैंगलोर के फ्रॉथिंग लेक्स के बारे में सुना ही होगा। Study by the Bangalore-based Indian Institute of Science on the lakes of Bangalore showed that the inflow of sewage into these lakes brought in a host of natural as well as synthetic organic compounds. Frothing in the lakes happens due to the surfactants that are present in the detergents that consist mainly of phosphates. सवाल ये है कि आम नागरिक के रूप में हम इसे रोकने के लिए क्या कर सकते हैं? One change that we can make is to stop or limit the use of detergents and the use of chemical cleaners in our daily lives. And why is that? I will explain. And यही इस वीडियो का विषय है. In nature, there is a happy balance of the good microbes and pathogens. So the wonderful thing in nature is that the number of good microbes overrun the number of pathogens. Some of the examples of good microbes are the nitrogen-fixing bacteria that are found in the roots of some plants and which play a major role in nature. A curd is converted from milk by lactobacilli. Your gut bacteria helps in the digestion of food and keeps you in good health. And your reproductive health is also maintained by your microflora. Do you know that there are nearly about 10,000 different species of bacteria in your body? सफाई के लिए chemical cleaners का प्रयोग करने से हम अपने पर्यावरण में अच्छे माइक्रोब्स को भी हम मार रहे हैं और ये असंतुलन बैड माइक्रोब्स को गुड माइक्रोब्स से ज्यादा शक्तिशाली बना देता है. Additionally, the chemical cleaners that we send off as grey water in our environments is fast polluting our water bodies. बाजार में पाए जाने वाले ग्लास क्लीनर्स के लेबल की जांच करें और देखिए उसमें क्या-क्या केमिकल्स मौजूद हैं. Are there any sustainable alternatives that do not kill the good bacteria, are safe for humans, and also clean the environment that you live in? The answer is a resounding yes, and that is to use bioenzyme-based cleaners. So bioenzymes क्या है? Well, the clue is in the name. Bio means living, and enzymes are proteinaceous substances that break down complex molecules into simpler ones. आप इसे आसानी से घर पर बिना कुछ खर्च के बना सकते हैं. तो आइए bioenzyme बनाना सीखें. So the following protocol of making bioenzyme is being taken from this book, The Waste Issue. So for this, you will need some jaggery, some lemon peels, and some water. So here the jaggery that I have taken is 300 grams. It is 900 grams of lemon peels, 3 liters of water in a 5-liter plastic jar or a container. To this, I will be adding 900 grams of lemon peels into the water. Then putting the jaggery into this, closing it and giving it a nice mix. You will then label the date. We will keep this in any corner of our house for 90 days or 3 months. And during this time, the fermentation will happen in the mix. So every 2 to 3 days, you will open the lid so that the gases also come out and shake it. So इसको अब 90 days 3 महीने बाद आप इसको छान के ऐसे बॉटल में रख सकते हैं. And this is a orangish brown liquid that you will get, which also smells very citrusy. The next time you make another batch, you can use the residue in it as a starter so that the process gets completed within 45 days. So isn't this very simple? Quite like the enzymes in our stomach, these bioenzymes have a lot of goodness and good enzymes and good bacteria in it that will digest all the grime and the oil and the dirt in your surroundings. Over time, I have used even other things such as rose petals, and here I have a rose bioenzyme. I have used, this is hibiscus. I have also used mango peels, and each has a different mild odor, and the properties of course are the same. So the bioenzyme is a concentrate that can be diluted and used for different purposes. For instance, you can use it to clean your floors, kitchen tops, bathrooms in a dilution of 1:100. Use it to rinse your fruits and vegetables to remove the pesticides from it. You can also use it as a soil amendment or a fertilizer by diluting 30 ml of bioenzyme in 200 to 2 liters of water. So that acts as a fertilizer. If you want to wash your dishes and clothes, or even use it as a hand wash, you can add an extract of soap nut or Rita, which is available, so freely available in any shop, and you can make a mix of that, and this will give you an added lather to clean your dishes or clothes or your hands. As a hand wash, you can just keep it 1:1 and use the and store it in a spray bottle like this. The release of bioenzyme into the environment is perfectly safe, and in fact, it has also rejuvenated certain water bodies when you've added bioenzyme into it.
So let us now talk to Preeti Rao, an environmentalist and a staunch advocate of the use of bioenzyme. Preeti runs a foundation called Soil and Soul. Soil and Soul and Preeti have done extensive work in creating zero waste campuses, combating deforestation using seed balls, and the main topic that we are discussing in this video today, that is water conservation and lake revival. I welcome Preeti here on this show to get more insights about the use of bioenzymes. Preeti ji, आपका स्वागत है इस शो में. Welcome. So Preeti, I was just reading about you, and there was a wonderful point that you made in an article that I read, that everybody talks about water conservation and not contamination. Aren't they interrelated, number one? And why is it so important to talk about water contamination?
We are forgetting a link. Whatever we are draining out, is it in the same form what we got it from our tap? Have we understand exactly what our water cycle is, what we have read in our first standard probably? You know, the way water goes up and then it comes back to us. Is it efficient? The cycle, the natural water cycle, is it efficient? Is it, or are we hindering the cycle with our, the kind of contamination we are doing, the kind of pollutants we are putting into the water? Are we playing a role in that? Are we stopping that natural water cycle? I'm sure, the moment we are a little cautious about what we are pouring out of our drain, we can actually revive the natural water cycle. We will not at least hinder the cycle, whatever the natural water cycle we have. The idea of working on the lake or any water body, when it starts stinking, that means there is no life left into that. And once you start adding life, it has its own time period, the duration it starts working on it, but then we have to keep adding life for it to thrive. Outskirts of Delhi, there is a lake. It's not a lake actually, it's all the dirty water is just put in one side. So there, one of our friend, he had gone with he has spread the entire enzyme on that with the help of fire brigade, and believe me, in 4 days the building around that water, stagnant water, we could see the reflection in the water.
Wow. Amazing.
And the way it works, it's actually amazing to see the way the light start getting just in few days.
It's like a bioenzyme can be really a miraculous potion, magic potion.
Absolutely.
प्रीति जी को सुनने के बाद मुझे उम्मीद नहीं, यकीन है आप सभी इस वीडियो को फिर से देखेंगे और बायोएंजाइम्स घर पर बनाना सीखेंगे और सस्टेनेबल लिविंग की ओर दूसरा कदम बढ़ाएंगे।